Hello there. Welcome back to Jedi Academy. I am Obi-Wan Kenobi, and with me is my friend, my co-pilot, my partner, Jedi Master Tuck. How you doing today, my man?
I'm doing great, sir. I'm doing great. How are you today?
Doing well. Coming off a fantastic season one finale.
I am officially a rebel. Absolutely, man. Holy crap.
Was that the best Star Wars since Return of the Jedi?
I think it's the best Star Wars written wise we've ever got and on film.
Wow.
Now, does it, I mean, we were just talking about this, so and it's fine. But yeah, it doesn't make me feel like the original Star Wars makes me feel. As far as seeing Luke again, seeing Han again, seeing Leia again, R2D2, 3PO, Chewbacca, the list goes on and on. Um, but yeah, as a mature Star Wars fan, as somebody that's grown up with it, this is what I want now from Star Wars. This is what, at least what I gravitate to more, I think. But again, I'm not going to be mad when they give me a pew pew lightsaber battle
Right.
either. I'm going to love that too. So.
I admit that the best Star Wars, personally, talking about TV shows, I think I still prefer Obi-Wan Kenobi. Only because it does have that pew pew, it has Vader, it
Oh yeah.
has Obi-Wan, it has Leia, it has the more traditional stuff that we grew up with. Does that make
Oh, absolutely.
sense?
Oh, I will admit, I will agree with you on that completely. That Obi-Wan makes me feel more Star Wars than this does. Yeah, absolutely. And again, I don't argue at that point at all. This doesn't feel like our Star Wars. This definitely doesn't
Right,
feel like our Star Wars, but it feels like Star Wars.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what before we deep dive into it, what are your overall thoughts about the finale itself as a finale?
Yeah, and there was a few things I was expecting to be tied up in this finale, but I'm also glad that we have some cliffhangers to go into season 2 with. So I'm not
Right.
upset with any of that things didn't get answered. There were things that I thought would get answered that didn't. I guess is how I should say it.
Yeah.
I guess that's a better way of saying it. But yeah, man. I mean, it's so cool, man. That speech. Come on.
That's how Fiona fucking Shaw at fucking Petito from Harry Potter. Right
Dude, and
there.
they didn't know what to do because at first she's just like normal, I had a great life, I love this planet, I love everything I did, and then she's just like, screw the empire, let's go to war, and they're like,
And dude, how awesome was Pisspot?
oh, dude, he's the best. Yeah, he's the new R2 man. He's the new R2 C3PO duo together. I mean, he's got the cuteness of R2 and you know the emotion that C3PO gives you. So yeah, man, absolutely, man, he's awesome.
What did you think about the Mon Mothma scene in the car when she's with her husband
Yeah,
and she's accusing him of gambling? What did you think about that?
it makes sense. She needs a cover, and she knows the driver's listening to her, or she knows somebody's listening to her. She
Right.
doesn't know. I don't know if she quite knows he's listening, but she assumes that he is, or somebody is.
What did you think about that episode 8 shutout and call out with Canto Bright?
Yeah,
Did you pick up on that?
yeah.
Are you there?
On because he's a.
It makes sense. It makes sense, right?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, yeah. I mean, look. Do I like that part of the movies? No, but if that's what we're establishing, that's the casino planet, and he's a gambler. That's where she would say to go. I mean, yeah, it makes. Yeah, you have to keep it in there if it's canon.
Hold on, I didn't cut on something. If she said that because she knows somebody's listening, did she send him away to keep him safe?
You know, that's a possibility. I didn't think about that, but now that you say it, yeah, absolutely, that's a
I
possibility.
didn't think of that until just now. Like,
Yeah,
maybe they planned this to, she knows she has to get duty. Maybe
Yeah.
she's like, you know what? Go here, be safe, but you can't let people know what you're doing. It makes sense.
And
It
is that
absolutely makes
she's finally giving in with the dark part because she's saying, you know, I don't want to do this, but you're at least safe with him and his son, where I know
right.
what I got to go do, and I can't have you with me.
Exactly.
Dude,
Exactly.
that's actually, yeah, I like that.
I
I
like
like that.
yeah. What did you think
Because at
about
this point, she's all in, right? I mean, sorry, you agree right now at this point, she's all in.
yeah, absolutely. That's like
Yeah. This is
yeah.
her
She's
leaving
in
this is her leaving Coruscant, right?
right.
You would think.
And
Yeah.
you'll see in season 2, you'll see that
Sure.
one Mothma that we see in the original trilogy.
Or at least closer to that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you I want to talk about that post-credit scene. I'm guessing you've seen it. You saw it, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you, having seen that scene, do you think
Mm-hmm.
we'll get credit next season?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe we'll get Krennic. The one thing that it does show me though, or that I think is at least maybe a little bit of like a funny joke towards it is that Cassian was building his own death.
Yep. Yep. I didn't pick up on that until I was watching the Sith Council show
Yep,
today,
I
and
watched it too.
they
Yeah,
men-
I watched it,
and
and
they
I,
mentioned
yeah,
that. I was like,
yeah.
"What are you
No, I
saying?
agree,
He's
but it's
coming."
funny.
Yeah, it is. He's making nothing that kills him at the end of World One.
Mm-hmm. But I did see. I think. Oh, who was it that had it up? There was a video that came up right after the first episode where he was in the prison and they were building those things, and somebody said that it was from the Death Star.
Yeah, it was rumored. It was definitely rumored.
Yeah.
I didn't think you would see it. I
Right.
didn't think
Oh yeah. No. Right.
I didn't think you would see it.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I agree with that. Yeah, I didn't expect to
Uh,
see it.
I like having it because
Mm-hmm.
what I have to say, I don't know if you got this feeling, but to me, it felt like it was almost done. It felt like it
Oh
was ready to go, just about, right?
well, the first one was ready. It was the second one that was being built still. The first one, by
No,
the
I
time
know,
we get to New Hope and all that, Rogue One and all that, it's ready.
I know, but that's now 15 years away. So, there's a lot
No,
right
no,
in
no,
the
no.
middle.
We're about five. We're about right now. We're probably about 4 years away.
Okay, 4 years.
So it's close. It's definitely if it's not ready at that point, it's close. Because you got to even
Okay,
remember, Jeddah is
okay.
still about 6 months before Scarif,
Right,
the first test of the Death Star, the actual
right,
first
okay.
test of it. So that's about well, maybe about 2 or 3 months before Scarif. I mean, there's a little bit of time between Jeddah and Scarif, as
In
far as
Rogue
when
One?
time, in the
In
time.
Rogue
Yeah,
One?
I'm pretty sure there's a little bit of time that happens between them.
Okay. I didn't
I mean,
realize that, man.
we jumped through it pretty quick, but as far as in the actual time, it's at least weeks. I know that. I don't know.
I didn't realize that. That's
Yeah,
interesting to know. Okay.
yeah, because they fight about going to Scarif for a few days. That's a few days that fight happens.
How, how long is it between the end of Rogue One and A New Hope?
Oh,
It might be.
that's minutes. That's maybe an hour at the most.
Oh, yeah, that's soon. Okay,
Yeah,
I
because
thought
you
it
got to
might
remember
be.
when Vader walks out, the ship is pulling away, and it probably hits light speed, but he's like, "Get my ship," so he's already ready to go. Or no,
Okay,
they have the. I'm sorry, no, because they dock with the destroyer
right.
in A New Hope. So he's already on the ship that's going to dock with that. Probably I would say that's got to be within hours at the most.
Okay, I thought it might have been days. I thought it might have been like 1 or 2 days.
No, that definitely he was already there. He's definitely
Uh, uh,
going in pursuit.
okay.
Yeah, he's in pursuit at that point. Yeah, I think that's why I think those two movies fit so well together
Yeah, oh,
because it's
absolutely.
almost seamless. It's almost seamless the transition.
Let me ask you something. This, finishing this season, does this make you want to go watch Rogue One?
Oh, I'm definitely watching Rogue One. Yeah, absolutely. After this, I want to rewatch this though as a whole. I
I want
definitely
to
want to
watch.
sit down.
I want to watch. I want to watch Rogue One and I want to watch A New Hope now. You know, I mean, you can't watch one without the other. It's
I
not.
can't. No, I can't anymore. I rewatched the trilogy. Oh, I don't know, a few months ago. I would guess it was.
Well, yeah, we watched it when we started this channel.
No, but
We started.
I rewatched again
Oh,
after
you
that.
did?
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I rewatched since then. That's how that's how I rewatched I watched Rogue One, then A New Hope, then
Nice.
like I said, I just
Empire.
think it's so seamless. It's so seamless. It's so crazy how they really made that film a part of the original trilogy. Like it really.
I like watching episode 3, Rogue One, and A New Hope together. I think that makes a really nice little trilogy.
And I'll tell you what, if Gilroy is right in what he said, which is this series ends literally minutes before Rogue One picks up. This might be the same way where you have to watch this first, then Rogue One, then New Hope.
Well, let me ask you this. How about this? Watch episode 3, watch Obi-Wan,
Mm-hmm.
watch Andor, watch Rogue One,
Yeah, and then the original.
watch A New Hope.
It's definitely, I yeah. I mean, I like that. I like that a lot. Obviously,
Can I ask you a question?
sure.
We're getting so much material between episode 3 and episode 4, right?
Yeah, a lot.
How come we never get anything between 4 and 5?
Well, what is it? 2 years? 2, 3 years between 4 and 5, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a few years. I mean, I don't see why they couldn't do it.
I'm just saying we get enough between 3 and 4. We get enough between.
Here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. You bring Sebastian Stan in. You get Alden Ehrenreich back, and you bring in Millie Bobby Brown, and you do a Hoth series of them on Hoth with Chewbacca, and you just go for it. You just say, you know what, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna do it. See what happens.
As much as I want that, it's never going to happen, man.
No, it's never gonna happen.
It's
I'll tell
never
you what I
going to
want
happen.
more than anything after watching this show. I want 2 seasons just called The Rebellion.
Yeah, me too.
I
I'll be
absolutely want
honest.
that.
I'll be honest. I think there's a more likely chance of us getting that than us getting
Sure.
what we want.
Yeah.
Because if we get the rebellion, we don't need any characters that we know. We don't need any characters that we adapt
Nope,
to.
nope. Because
No,
what I would do is I would have two co-running shows at the same time. I would have a show called The Rebellion and a show called The Empire, and I would show from both sides the war, and I would have them connect and intertwine with each other, like where they overlap and stuff.
how
Yep.
about this one idea? You know the HBO series Band of Brothers?
Yeah, I love that series.
Well, there's that and what is it called? The Pacific?
The Pacific, yeah.
Uh,
Yep,
you do something like that.
yep.
One show with
Yeah.
the rebels, one with the Empire,
Yeah, because if you
and
show it from
then
the point of view, because at that point you got to think. At this point, the Empire is in full swing. The Empire is completely in control, but the rebellion is just starting. So you show the formation of the rebellion, and you show exactly what Andor talks about, which is how they're just arrogant, and how this rebellion was able to infiltrate and start up under basically under their thumb because they were just so arrogant they didn't see it. It would be a cool concept to go back and forth off of.
let me ask you something. I'm curious what you think and how you feel. Like I said, I was watching Fifth Capture today.
Oh
It
yeah,
was a
I
new
watched
one
it too.
too.
Yeah.
And they brought K2. And they
Yep.
brought a comic,
Yeah, I
how
saw that
they
little
met.
skit that him and Brett did. That was funny.
Oh, that was a great skit. That was
Yeah,
a great skit.
yeah, I saw that.
What happened if Gilroy, we know K2 is coming next season.
Yeah.
What happened if he changes that?
Oh, he's definitely changing.
So,
There's no way he's doing that storyline. I agree with them 100% on that. There's no way he's
and,
doing the twins and all that. There's no way.
and then that picks you up.
Yes, for the same reason it pisses Christian off, but no, because he is telling his own story, and if he is tied down to that, then I could see that being an issue for him. But I do understand where Christian's coming from, where they did announce that anything in the comic books, anything going forward was going to be canon. And they have many times now, when the movies and shows come out, said, well, we're not doing that anymore.
I'm okay with it. I didn't think they should make it official. They say
That's
the
what I
book and the comics,
right.
make the book and comics one thing and make the TV shows and movies
Yeah.
something else.
There's something about Ahsoka that they changed from the book, and people were really upset about. I can't
There
remember what
were,
it is
yeah,
now.
they had one character in the book with binary, I believe, right? Or not
Something like that.
binary?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they changed it in Tales of Jedi.
So stupid. Again, I agree with Christian to the point where he says that if you're going to say it's canon, then it needs to be canon. If it's not canon, then don't say it is. That's just where I
And
think
it,
that they need to be more clear.
I'll be honest. In my opinion, and I have nothing to back this up with, any good producer and any good director and writer, they're not reading the books of canon. They're not reading that stuff.
And that's fine, but again, then don't say it's canon.
Uh, well, to be clear, one person said everything was canon, and I went Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah,
So,
but she's the Lucasfilm head. I mean, she makes the
yeah,
rules whether it's
I
canon
know,
or not.
right.
Like, it would
I,
be, for me, it would be like if Marvel went before Civil War came out, said this is an exact adaptation of the comics, and then we
right.
got the movie we got. It's like, no, that's not. That is not what happened in the comics.
But I think you'll agree. That's an incredible movie.
Oh yeah, no, the tone and everything is right. They got everything right. I'm just saying, if they came out and said before the movie came
Right.
out, this is an exact replica of the comic book story. You know what I mean? Then there would be an issue. There
Right.
would definitely be an issue. But again, they didn't do that. So they, what they did was fine because they told their own story. Where I think, and that's what Gilroy has said, that he won't do fan service. He wants to tell his own story. So if they allow him to do that, that's fine. But I think, like they kind of said, I think it needs to be at least similar. If he's not going to do it exactly, at least hit some of the beats so it's similar.
He might do that, but I wouldn't.
Because look, if they come out and say this is like Game of Thrones, where this is, this is an unreliable storyteller thing, then that's fine. You can fix canon things like that, because then you can say that story was told from a point of view. And we all know a certain point of view comes into play in Star Wars very heavy, so you can get away with it.
Here's the thing, though. By them coming out and saying all that would essentially mean they would come out and say, hey guys, we fucked up. And I don't see them doing that.
But that's the thing. They don't have to say they fucked up. They can just come out and say, look, we thought we could keep the stories together. We just can't. This is what we want to do going forward. This is what we think is the best way to handle it going forward. You don't have to admit that you fucked up. Just be like, look, we thought we could do something. We couldn't do it.
But isn't that a fuck up? I mean...
Oh, yes, but you're allowed to make mistakes. It's when you don't own them, to me, that I think it becomes an issue. And I think if you just own it and say, look, we made the mistake. We thought we could do it. We couldn't do it.
We can't. Okay.
You know what I mean? But when you play this pitter-patter stuff, I think that's when you piss more people off. When you just don't say, hey, look, man, we messed up. Yeah, no, it's a fuck up either way.
Yeah. You know what? I think we'll think the same thing, just two different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. So, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen with this stuff? And then we get, we talked about as far as with Catholic, what's the reports on that. So, who knows what's happening, man, behind the scenes? We don't know.
Yeah. Let me ask you. Do you think Kathleen Kennedy is here for the long haul, or do you think she's going to leave? Based on what you heard.
Yeah, I don't know because I remember hearing the same things, and it might have been from Christian and them, but what they were talking about today, which is that Iger is a big fan of Kathleen Kennedy. So with him coming back, I thought that was definitely she's good. She ain't going anywhere.
I was listening to them, obviously.
Sure.
I agree with Hollow. If Indy 5 comes and knocks it out of the park, she's gone.
I was going to say that too.
I think...
Yeah.
It makes sense. I'm going to say it. If she hits it out of the park, or it flops. If it flops, she's gone. If it hits it out of the park, it's gone.
Yeah.
I don't see his name because...
And you know what? And it's kind of like a combination of what Mike and Steph said, which is, Steph was like, why would you want to deal with this anymore if you're her? She's going to get a job somewhere else right away. So if Indy 5 is good, the smartest thing for her to do might be to walk away just because she's going to get another job. And she's taken so much crap for no reason at this point.
Well, okay.
It's not for no reason. I'm just saying.
We come here and we said many of us now come back and Kathleen Kennedy.
No, that's fair. I just mean that she doesn't have to take it. She can just walk away
absolutely,
and be done
absolutely.
With it. Yeah,
right.
That's all I mean by that. Yeah.
Right.
No, she's got a lot. She's earned a lot of it for sure.
Right.
She's earned a lot. But again, there are people like Steph said that just go to extremes too. That are just probably like, you don't deserve to die. You deserve to die or whatever. No, crazy, stupid stuff to her. That's
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. For every bad thing she's done a lot of good stuff too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We can't deny that. I mean,
no.
Mandalorian.
I think you and me have been very fair with her as far as we don't like where she's taken Star Wars, but as far as her career, I don't want her to lose her career over That's insane. She's done so many great movies. I mean, you can't end a woman's career because she took away one thing that you love in life. Or
Let me ask you
it's
something.
weird. That's weird.
Let me ask you something. I had a thought this week, and I'm curious to hear what you think.
Mhm.
When you hear the name Indiana Jones, do you think of Lucasfilm?
Honestly, no. Which
Me
is
neither.
weird. Yeah, which is
Me
weird. I
neither.
really don't. Yeah,
And I think that's a majority of the general audience. I
I
don't.
would think
I
so.
when yeah. It's odd because
I'll be honest. I don't even think George Lucas because it
yeah,
wasn't really
here's
his
why.
movies.
Here's why. Spielberg directed them, not
Right. Yeah.
Lucas.
Right. Right.
Spielberg created them.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I would say they're more Spielberg's movies than Lucasfilms.
Absolutely.
Even though Lucasfilm is the name, they're Spielberg's movie.
I think of him first when I think of an Indiana Jones movie.
Right, me
Spielberg,
too.
Harrison Ford. Yeah. I mean, that's who you think of first. Yeah. Absolutely. That's a little. Yeah, I agree with you there. I definitely don't think Lucasfilm or even George Lucas for that matter, or even Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, to be
Right.
completely honest, I didn't know who the hell Kathleen Kennedy was until the takeover.
Until
You
all
know?
this. Until all
Yeah,
this. Now be honest.
yeah. Like I didn't know. I didn't know who she was.
Well, let me honest here, too. Before the MCU and the MCU, how many people knew who Kevin Feige was?
Nope, never heard of him. Never heard of him. And I'll be honest, I probably didn't even hear about him until around Avengers. I think is when his name actually became like a big name
I'll be
around it.
honest. For me, I think it was more like, you know what? I'll tell you. It was Guardians of the Galaxy. That's when I
Okay.
really found out who he was
Yeah.
and
I just
what he
remember
was.
I just remember a few movies in was when they started saying, "Oh, he's really putting something together here." And they kept bringing him up and bringing him up and bringing him up, and then it became his universe, which it is. We know that now, but yeah, I
I,
just remember it becoming a bigger and bigger thing that he was like the head of it. He was the creative head. And he
right.
was running it all. Yeah,
But, yeah, you know,
I don't know, man. I think if she does walk off, if that's what the ultimate decision is that she has to leave. Again, I don't know if that's even the right option. I still think there's a way to keep her and put Filoni and Favreau in charge of
I've been
creative.
thinking
But
about that. I've been thinking about this. I don't think you can do that. I think two people is good, but I think three people might be too many cooks in the kitchen.
yeah, and it might be. It might
Uh,
absolutely be.
the
So
question
yeah,
is, the question is, if she leaves, who do they get?
well, right. I who you think? Oh man, you're putting me on the spot now. Um, wow. Wow. Because I hate to be that guy because I know one of the biggest criticisms of her is that she goes for the hot name at the time. But honestly, with the way he's running it and with as a team, this might work. Uh, Gilroy and Favreau.
You know what? I like that.
And again, I hate to
I,
just be that guy because he's hot right now after off of Andor, but it seems like he gets it. And even if he's not quite, the creative head, he could be more like the Saffron in that equation, where you could have Favreau be more of the gun. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. You know
And
what? I
him
really,
and him, Favreau and Filoni already have a relationship, so that's going to continue no matter what. So nothing really changes other than now Favreau is officially Filoni's boss. But again, I don't think that changes their relationship in any way at all.
And
So,
then here's the only criticism. Here's the only question. Is Gilroy a massive Star Wars fan?
and again, I don't know. But maybe somebody like that. Maybe somebody that just takes things a little more on the serious side and then have Favreau and Filoni sort of doing the more kiddie and not kiddie, but you know what I mean, more lighthearted side.
You need somebody, if Gilroy's a business, you need somebody with that knowledge of the Lord. And I think, and I think you're right. I think Favreau has that.
But I don't think Gilroy has completely at all disrespected the lore. I think he's respected the lore pretty well.
I mean, but that's not his prime job.
And if he doesn't want to do it, yeah, absolutely. There's no reason.
That's not his prime objective.
Sure. But just somebody, I think, with his sensibility as far as serious tones go, I think would help in Star Wars, because I think we need both. I think we need the more lighthearted side that Filoni and Favreau give us, but I think we need more Andor type stuff. I really do. I think we need that type of stuff.
And let's be honest here, Favreau knows the movie business.
Oh, sure. Oh, I think Favreau if you're going to go with a team, Favreau has to be a part of that team, because him and Filoni work so well together. I think you have to team him up with somebody, Favreau up with somebody, since Filoni doesn't want to do it. At least that's what it seems like, or I've heard that he has said in the past.
Well, and he's not an executive. I mean, yeah, he's not an executive.
And that makes sense. But you know what? And that's the opposite of Kathleen Kennedy, because he's at least saying, I know I can't do that part of the job. I can do this part of the job.
He's being honest about it. Honest about it.
Right. So I that's fair. I have no issue with that.
You know, damn. Great pick. I think you nailed it. Gilroy, Favreau, and Filoni right under that. I think that's 8+ perfect.
Again, it's just I really feel like he's done a really good job of just keeping the serious tone, but making this Star Wars. I mean, it feels like Star Wars. I never for one second think, oh, I'm watching a war movie or I'm watching. Right. I'm in a Star Wars show the whole time. So, yeah, no, I think he's respected the lore enough, and I think he's respected the source material enough, but he's doing it more serious and which again, you know, we can't forget that before Iron Man and all that, comic book movies were a joke.
Yep.
Were an absolute joke as far as to the industry in general, to actors, especially to Oscars and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm saying, like, Clooney did Batman. That was like, what? Clooney did Batman? Like, why would he do that?
Hold on, though. Iron Man came out in 2008.
Sure. So maybe it was right before that. Yeah.
Batman Begins was in 2005.
Okay, so yeah, so 2000. So that was probably the first time that they really took comic book property serious. Yeah.
Well, and you have the X-Men movie from 2000, and
those were very, they were very jokey, and they weren't serious about it as like Batman Begins was serious. That was a serious movie about Batman.
Right.
And then we got Iron Man, and then we got what we got from Marvel, but But just the general sense, I mean, back then was if you did a comic book movie, that was like, that was just whatever. I'm doing a fun movie. Now you do a comic book movie. That's a big thing for an actor. I mean, even TV is the same way. Back in the day, real actors didn't do TV. You know what I mean? I'm a movie actor. Now we see Kevin Costner in Yellowstone, and you got all these great actors in shows now.
Kevin Bacon. One other thing about Kevin Bacon.
Absolutely, yeah.
I can't wait to watch that holiday special.
Oh, it's gonna be so great! Yeah, it's gonna be so great.
I'm hearing great things.
Is it out yet?
I believe it's coming out tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Until Friday.
Oh, I definitely am watching that tomorrow for sure. Dude, did you watch Spirited?
Not yet. It's on my list.
Love that movie already, man. Definitely going to be up there.
Yeah. Is it good?
Oh, it's great. It's so funny. It's so
Yeah,
fun.
wow, okay. I might
Yeah,
have to
man.
move that up.
Yeah, I got the free trial. It's like a 3-month free trial or something through Apple TV, man. Oh man, I had to watch that. I love them
Uh,
too. So them two together, yeah, for sure.
Will they run together? Rather
Yeah,
than
and it's a
run?
musical, which makes it even funnier.
Fair,
Yeah,
right.
well, yeah.
Fair, you know. Hey, Luke.
What's up, Luke? Man, how nice, man. Absolutely, we appreciate it.
You know, where were we? Yeah, I
Yeah, sorry.
mean, Mac the finale. It was one hell of a finale.
Yeah, man, just the I mean, this thing is so much fun. I mean, this episode was so much fun, man, because this was the real. And you know, I hate to keep repeating what they say, but it's true. This was so great because he knows he controls the situation. This whole episode, the way he's
Right.
moving around through the city and hiding, and he's always, you know what I mean. He's always wants to. He's controlling the situation, even though they're trying to control the situation. And even without him controlling the situation, the city underneath is controlling the situation above the empire. I mean, there's just so many levels to it. It's so great. It's so well done. It's so good.
Well, what did you think about Luthen? That final scene with Luthen and Cassian.
I wasn't sure what he was going to do there, man. I mean, obviously he wasn't going to kill
Well,
him.
he really going to kill him,
No,
man.
no,
He
no.
really
But I
going to
wasn't
kill
sure if
him.
he was going to be like, "Nah, man, you're too much. You're too much to deal with." Like, I thought maybe they would have them still at odds until next season. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's what I kind of thought might happen. But
I'm not even going to kill Luthen for a second.
dude, I thought that was a possibility for
I
sure.
thought
Yeah,
Luthen. I went into this episode thinking there's a good shot Luthen doesn't make it out alive.
yeah. I think they both realize. I think they do both realize how important the other one is for
And
what they're trying to do at
I
this point.
and I think with that little look at the end, I think Luthen's like, welcome aboard. You're
Oh
officially
yeah. Oh,
on.
definitely got
Yeah,
that. Yeah, absolutely.
and I think next season we'll get him really integrated with the rebellion.
Yeah. It's just so funny, man, because after Rogue One, man, they never. They, he never feels like the most important piece of the rebellion starting.
It,
And
it's
then
so
now we get
weird.
it where he is, and it's just like,
It's
okay, I'm
so
cool.
weird.
Go
It's
ahead.
so weird because we see Rogue One
Yeah.
and we hear about this show coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as a unit, unanimously we said, why? Why him? What makes this
But you know what?
character?
He's there. He's there in that meeting with Jin.
No, I know that, but like,
So you would think he is he is a pretty high level person in the rebel. Like he's well trusted.
true, but he
Nobody.
didn't care
It's not
about.
just. No. Yeah. I'm just saying there are hints of him being important in Rogue
Right,
One that
and
we just
of
didn't
course,
realize that they were hints, or
right,
that are, I guess, plated. You know what I mean? That
yeah.
now are we can look back as hints to how important he is actually in the rebellion.
And I'll be honest, man, I'm excited using K2.
And I'll
I'm
tell you what else
excited.
might be interesting if they do it, which I'm sure they're going to do it now since he's already in the show, is the little look that he gives when they bring up Saul Guerrero.
Yeah.
If you remember in Rogue One, when they bring up Saul going to see Saul, he's like, like he kind of gives a look like.
Yeah.
So they might play into that where there's going to be a little bit of contention between them probably maybe in season 2. So I think that might be fun.
What do you think happened to Biggs in season 2?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to come back, right?
Oh yeah, she already signed on, but she's not there in Rogue One, so something happened to her.
Oh yeah, she definitely doesn't make it all the way to that point. No, but I'm just wondering because they did say that we're going to see Yavin or the Battle of Yavin.
Right.
So is that when she eats it? Maybe. I don't know.
They hit wait, we're going to hit the Battle of Yavin. You mean the battle in episode 4?
We're going to see a battle. I don't know if it's Yavin 4. They just said the Battle of Yavin.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's the same. I don't know if that's the same battle, to be honest with you. I honestly don't. I think the Battle of Yavin happened, at least from what I remember. I thought, like you, that was them leaving the planet because they get attacked.
Right. Well, we'll find out.
I don't.
We'll find out. Hey,
Yeah.
well, all we know we can get Battle, we can get Yavin 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, Yavin.
I mean, they had to pick 4 for a reason. So, yeah,
right.
Maybe the first 3 got destroyed. I don't know. I just hope they're all different, like climates. Like Yavin 4 was the jungle, so Yavin 3 is like the snow planet. Yavin 2 is like the
desert. 2 is lava.
Yeah, lava. Yeah, there we go. Yavin 1 is the sand planet.
I think I know. Mustafar is now Yavin. I have to go back to Mustafar.
That's a possibility. But if Yavin 1 is if Yavin 1 is the sand planet, that's where they should have went, because Vader would have never went there.
Yeah.
He would have never went there. That's where you should have put the base at.
Let me ask you something. Did that joke ever get old?
No,
not for me.
No,
not for me.
Dude, whenever I go to the beach, the first thing I think of is that. When I sit down in the sand, it's the first thing I think of is, I'm going to have sand everywhere now. Anakin would hate this place.
It might be the reason why he never goes back to Tatooine.
Yeah. Well, there's a little Skywalker just running around in the universe, and he never hears about it. So, makes sense to me.
It makes more sense than Rey becoming a Skywalker in Episode 9.
You know what? Lucas didn't have a plan. Damn him. No, man. Look. It sucks because it's never going to be 100% perfect, because all these things were written and made in different time periods of when they showed. So it's doing the best they can. So again, I think Andor, though, overall, I didn't see really any canon breaks that I can think of that were huge.
Not yet. I'm really seeing next season.
The only one that I can really think of that I guess would be a big one, and I mean it's really only for Andor, is where he says that he's been in this fight since he was 6 years old, and that his parents were separatists. I mean, we never saw that, but other than that, I mean, even that I don't think is that big of a deal that they.
No, but they're going back to your point. If they're going to, they should come out and say not everything is canon. They make it official. The books are coming to
just say the movies and TV are. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
And if you want to do different stories and have little one-off stories about characters in the books and comics, go ahead.
I think the more canon thing that really didn't even annoy me, but makes me laugh. In the Force Awakens book, Rey and Poe meet for the first time.
Yeah.
In Last Jedi, the movie,
yeah,
you see them meet again for the
first time. Yeah, absolutely. And again, I think, especially with something as big as Star Wars, because, I mean, this is Marvel, this is DC level lore. I mean, there's thousands of years they could span between of lore that they can, do. So you have to have, I think, somewhere between 50 and 100 people that just sit in a room and literally you run your ideas through them, and they're the canon people. You know what I mean? And you have to get through them first. And I don't think they have that. They don't have people in there that are just canon junkies that are just saying, okay, you can do that story, but you can't do this part. You know what I mean? Because this part messes canon up.
So that's why I'm like, say, cut the Band-Aid, rip off the Band-Aid, make the announcement. You know what? I'm predicting it. I am predicting it.
They're going to say it?
When Kathleen Kennedy leaves,
Okay.
and whoever is a new person in charge
Hmm.
takes over, that's when they're going to make it official. The books and comics are one thing, and the movies and TV shows are another. That's my guess.
I mean, I think at this point, if they're going to go forward with this plan of TV shows, movies, and everything else, I think you might have to do it. Because here's the problem that I think, we talk about with Ahsoka as far as how many people is that going to really be able to reach, depending on who knows the story or not. Nobody, if they're not watching Clone Wars, they're definitely not reading the books and the comics.
Oh no.
So
Why not?
if you try
Yeah.
to start connecting things from if they did a show in the High Republic era or something, and they tried to connect it to the books and comics from that, from that era, nobody's going to know what the hell they're talking
No.
about.
No.
They're going to be like, what is this? So they got to be smart about it, man. They really do. They got to be smart.
I'll be honest with you. Talking about the books and the shows and the books and the comics,
Yeah.
they really don't do a good job promoting them.
At
I
all.
never see
Right.
any announcements. I never see any.
Nope. Nothing.
You might hear a thing called video game, but not for the books, not for the
Not the
comic
books.
book.
Not for the comics. Nope. And they're releasing stuff all the time. I mean, they release stuff all the time. At least comic wise, they're always releasing comics.
I'm sure.
Books are every maybe 6-7 months they'll release a book, but comics are all the time. So they're telling stories. It's just, I mean, even I can't keep up with with all that stuff. I try as much as I can, but I can't keep up with it. It's impossible.
I think when it really comes down to, I'm really curious to see what happens in the future.
Yeah, it's.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah,
Um,
it's interesting, man, because it's such a big world that they can play in, but you got to make a decision on because there are people out there that really stick to the canon, and that's what they want. So
and people get upset.
yeah,
Now, when those same people get upset, if Lucasfilm comes out and says the books and the comics are not canon, will they get upset, you think?
I think they'll get upset, but I mean, I think at least I think it's a more fair way to do it.
And let's be honest, whoever gets upset about that is in the vast minority of everybody,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. I mean, look, I would do exactly kind of how Game of Thrones, which is just sort of say that the books are part of canon, but they're from they're from unreliable sources. So they're a version of the events that happened. So they might not, exactly fit up, but if it happens on screen, it's canon. That's the actual story. Because that's how Game of Thrones is. They say the books, the books are told from a point of view of the unreliable, narrator, and then the shows are the actual events of what happened.
And that's how it
So
should be.
I don't
Listen,
see
we can
why that
talk.
wouldn't work, because then you can say when if they don't do like the K2SO thing exactly the way it's in the books, but he hits the same beats and it's similar, at least you can say, hey, yeah, it's not exactly, but that's because of that. That's why.
Do you think they will hit the same beat, some of the same beat?
It might not, because he might want to do his own way of it, and that's fine too.
I'm leaning towards he's going to do his own thing.
He probably will. Yeah, he probably will.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's got to be some way that he gets the escape part has to be similar in a way.
Really? Do you really think that? Because
I mean, they got to escape somehow together. So I mean, yeah, I mean, them stealing a ship would make sense, and him trying to deactivate him and it not working quite right. And, I mean, he could do some of the beats in there and not make it even anywhere near that.
You're right.
So I
You're
mean,
right.
it depends. We'll see what he does. Again, this is sort of for me at this point. This is sort of like the Kevin Feige thing, which is, yeah, he hasn't. Right now after Andor, there's not enough bad for me to not trust him.
Right. No, you're right.
So whatever he
And
does,
yeah, I guess you'll see, man.
yeah, whatever
I
he
guess.
does at this point, I mean, I don't see what the big deal is going to be. I mean, unless again, like he does what 8 and 9 did, which is just to sort of get back at the fans. He just throws something out there just to sort of throw it back in our faces. But I don't think he's going to do that. He just
No.
doesn't seem like that type of person. He seems like he's respecting it to the point that he's willing, or not to a point he's willing to, but he's respecting it to the point that it deserves to be respected. And after that, he's telling his own story.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see him spitting in the face of Star Wars fans just to do it. I guess that's the best way to say it.
I agree. I agree.
So yeah, dude, we'll see. But I mean, what can he do that can honestly like be that bad?
Nothing.
I mean, no matter what, he's gonna meet K2SO. We know that they're gonna reprogram him somehow. So
Pipot. Pipot goes into K2.
well, okay.
Pipot.
So if he meets K2 at Canto Bite, I might be out. Then I might be like, all right, you went too far. You went a little bit too far, sir, with that.
What happens, and I'm not saying anything going to happen, what happens if we go to Canto Bite and we see Benicio the Torres character there?
If he starts stuttering, I'm out. Hopefully, this is
Yeah,
before he.
yeah, what was that?
I don't know. It was a weird choice. I think Benicio made. I think he made that
Yeah, I
choice.
mean, I remember.
So yeah, it just didn't work for me. But again, that entire part. It's just that entire part feels like you two go away. That's what that entire
Yeah.
part says to me is you two go away. We don't need you in the movie right now.
Nope.
That's really all it feels like. So
All right,
and it just
man.
happens to
Anyway,
suck that it's Finn, man. It's Finn, dude. He's so cool. I love Finn.
oh, Finn is a mess. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. We shit on the trilogy a lot. Here's the truth. I like all the main three characters. The main
Yeah.
three
Oh,
I
I love
like.
the new three. Yeah, I love the new
Yeah.
three. Yeah, absolutely.
They were not the problems of those movies.
Not at all. Not at all. Even Kylo, and he was emo
Oh,
at
yeah,
times, but
the
he
main
wasn't
four.
bad.
I always say the main four.
Yeah.
Poe, Finn, Rey, and Kylo. They were actually pretty good.
And there was a little bit of emo, uh, Kylo, but overall he was good. He really was good in the movie. So yeah, they were not the problem with those movies. No, not at all.
And yeah, well, I think we should wrap up because
Yeah.
yeah. All right,
we
man.
can go forever on this, man. You know that.
Yeah. All right, man. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, guys, so you can find me on Twitter at Jedi Master Tuck. You guys can find me here on Mondays for Fellowship of Geekdom. You can find me here on Tuesdays for Geekdom Initiative, Wednesdays for Jedi Academy, Sundays for Geekdom Uncut. You can also find me in the Facebook group. Like and subscribe to the channel, guys. And also, we have a new Discord, so look for us there also.
And you guys can find me on the shows non-mentioned on Tuesdays. What are you watching? Tune in tomorrow. I have a fun guest coming in for an early Thanksgiving surprise. Tune in tomorrow at noon Pacific. Going to be a good one. I promise you that. We might be talking some Andor on that too.
No, not with it. No, no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
And you can also catch me on the Weekly Kingdom on Fridays. And yeah, we'll be back next week for Little Star Wars. I don't know what we're talking about because
Yeah.
we'll figure something out. But until
Oh, we'll
then,
come up with something. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, until then, may the force be with you always.
May the force be with you guys.